All right, here we go with Zoe. So I'm gonna dip her twice and then swap this over to hose and close her a little bit. All right, so we are about to give a sloth a bath. The sloth does not like to take a bath, but the sloth went to the bathroom last night and laid in it, so we don't really have a whole lot of choice. So obviously the sloth likes me. You can see her clamoring to come to me. She's just not going to be as excited after she's to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to dip her in the water. And sloths are supposed to like to swim. This one doesn't even really like to be wet. Oh, good girl. Good girl. I'll go belly side, sweetheart. So Tatum, will you grab the sprayer side there and hit her where she's obviously dirty? All right. It's a little cold on the sprayer. Good girl. Good girl, Zoe. Oh, baby girl. All right, there you go. Hey, sweetie. All right, good girl. All right, let me get a towel in between me and her. There we go. Another towel. And more towels. So it is vitally important that the sloth not get cold. So we are in a room that is 80 degrees all of the time. And their baths have to be really short, and then you snuggle them right up with several towels. And that is why I took my hoodie off before we did her bath. And obviously we're friends because she hates the bath, but she's not offering to bite or claw me. Which means she's just like, oh, come on, man. All right, more towels. We are not going to blow dry this sloth because we do not want to dry her out. Oh, good girl. Oh, she's a good girl. Hey, baby. She's a good girl. I think she deserves a little bite of banana. It's an extremely rare treat for this one. Here we go. I'm going to break off a little bite for her. Hey, baby. Look what you get. Oh, boy. Yum, yum, yum.
Just had a video again.
Yum, 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 yum.
You're going to be like Flash and it going in your face.
All right, sweetie.
There you go.
She's like, oh, Tatum's got the banana. Well, maybe today, Tatum is my favorite person. He's like, I saw the banana come from over that way.
Catching on.
Yes, I did. You can put up with a lot if you get a little dessert, right? I'm kind of the same way. Well, for me, dessert would be a little more like a blueberry cheesecake. Ooh, people have talked about our wish list. What if we put a blueberry cheesecake on our wish list? We have one guest who came here 3 years in a row, and every year that she came, she made a blueberry cheesecake. And I'm like, oh, this is all coming back. Good girl.
While you guys were gone, the Australians gave us some yim yams. I think that's what they were called. They're like little wafers, and she brought them in. She was so excited. They were yummy. A whole box of cookies.
You did better than I did. Australians always want to give me Vegemite.
That's gross.
Well, they say it's the cure for a hangover. And if anybody would have occasion to know the cure for a hangover, I'm thinking it would be an Aussie. I used to love those commercials. You know, where they say the things for Australia, like baga, when like some horrific thing happens, and then they're like, oh, and then at the end it's, you know, Foster's. Foster's means beer, but I don't like Foster's. I'm a standard American, afraid of the dark. Oh, there you go, baby. Well, we do smell better now.
So this is working 100% better now, John. I would delete the TikTok off your phone and re-upload it.
Okay.
Because it's...
There you go.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, we're live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm, and we're going to be doing a sloth encounter at 10:30. Right now they were just giving Zoe a little bath.
It's a pop-on on the end of the hose.
Yeah, it's screwed onto the end of the hose.
You just screw it off?
Mm-hmm.
But where is the other one?
Just screw it onto that one.
Oh. Okay.
It's called Quick Connect.
Okay.
There might be more Quick Connects, like right inside of that. If you open that hose holder right outside of the door right there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna check that one out. I'll let horses and ponies.
It's been on there for a couple months. You might need pliers to take it off. Although I don't know, you're pretty strong and powerful, but you gotta close the door because she's wet.
Hey guys, what are we holding here? John is holding baby Zoe. Zoe at the Ocoee, and we actually have 3 two-fingered sloths here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. Alright, let's delete it.
Good girl, Zoe. Good girl.
Guys, if you're just joining us, we are open to the public. You just need to make sure you go to our website and make your reservation. We have over 125 animals here, guys, and we have lodging for up to 40 people. And yes, Zoe just got a little bath. Are any of them mean? No. All of our employees are really, really nice. And also the animals are nice too.
Do you want to follow me to the scale or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So we weighed her yesterday and she was 13.6, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna weigh her today. I cannot take these towels off of her because it's cold outside. We gotta walk through the unheated portion of the barn to get to where the scale is. So I'm gonna keep her wrapped up nice and tight while we go weigh her. And then when I go back to the scale, I'll just re-weigh with the same, everything except her. Alright, so we're gonna go and find out what Zoe weighs empty. Here we go, baby. Oh, we gotta keep you good and warm. Yeah, we gotta stay nice and warm.
Hey guys, Zoe is 1 year old. Her birthday was December 16th. And the new baby kangaroos that we got, they are how old, John?
They are 8 months.
8 months. We have a scale.
Alright, so together we are 218. If I move around a little bit, it ranges between 217.8 and 218.2. That scale is meant for weighing 4-foot animals.
Guys, we're keeping her bundled up because in her area, it's 75 to 80 degrees, but outside, it's obviously really, really cold.
Watch your feet there, Pop or Tick, or whatever your name is.
Are we a rescue facility? No, we are an experiential lodging facility with a ton of really awesome ambassador animals. And part of the reason that we are not a rescue facility is we want to make sure that the animals are safe and comfortable to be held and actually enjoyed. And that way we can teach people why we need to conserve our environment, reduce, reuse, and recycle. So, not
Stay
rescue.
there for a minute because we are changing her hammock out. She also potted on the hammock. So let me, all right, so I have the same things. I had her wrapped in, so now I got to weigh myself in these things, less her.
All right, we'll go.
So we were 218 with.
Yep. Yeah, angels definitely make a trip. It's a blast here.
206.4 without.
Wow.
So that's
Like 12 pounds?
yeah, 12.4.
Yeah. So it looks like Zoe's hitting a little bit of a growth spurt. Maybe we are gonna end up with a 40-pound sloth. John, do you mind holding this one for 1 second? Because to put him back in the tripod.
Extreme close-up. And I have never asked to hold the phone again. Clever how that works, right? All right,
Luckily-
these babies have been waiting for their bottles all morning. Let's do that.
Guys, we're gonna bottle feed some baby kangaroos, and that's what you can do here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. John, do you want a chair?
No, I'm just gonna hold them and do them one at a time.
Okay.
Oh, come here, buddy. All right. Here we go. We have a few name suggestions for these guys. The first thing I thought of was Hip and Hop. Someone online suggested Tick and Talk. And there were a couple other decent suggestions yesterday. You gotta turn your face, buddy.
Ben and Jerry was pretty good. Makes me think of ice cream and the cartoon, right?
Yeah.
Was it Megabyte and Megapixel? I like Ben and Jerry.
No, Megabyte and Pixel were
Oh, that's what it was.
Army's micro squirrels.
Oh, that's right. How old are the new babies? The new babies are 8 months old, and they are both boys. Hey, Menace to Sobriety, if it's your little dream to live here and be with all the animals, you can come here and make that dream a reality. Fred and Barney, yin and yang, great choices, guys. Give us some more options. What do you think we should name these little fellers? And guess what? These aren't the only kangaroos we have here at the farm. We have 6 more kangaroos, and we're gonna have some babies of our own probably soon. Good morning, Army.
Hey, Army. How's it going, man?
How can you make that a reality? You can go to our website at OcoeeRiversideFarm.com. You can book your stay here and book all your experiences and enjoy life. We are located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. Did we find the bear? You want to speak to that, John?
Last night we were going to my new baby Luke gender reveal party. I'm proud to say I was the only one that raised my hand when they said who thinks it'll be a boy. Although later the other grandfather said he said boy and dad said he said boy. But there were about 20 people there. But so yeah, Luke is Russian for grandson. So we will be having another grandson in July. And I'm super excited about it because all my other grandkids live afar. So I have 2 granddaughters that are in Italy, 4 granddaughters and a grandson that are in New Jersey, and none that are close. So I'll be super excited to have one close to home.
We had another great recommendation, Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
It's a cartoon. It's pretty funny. Someone said they're in Italy. Where are you in Italy? I think John and I know Don has definitely been there.
My daughter's husband is stationed in Aviano right now at the Italian Air Force Base. Yeah, Donna was recently there and they went to visit in Rome while she was there.
Pete and repeat. Because that's the best joke ever. Pete and repeat is pretty funny. We like that
Sitting
too.
on the wall, Pete fell off. Who was left?
Hey guys, Jennifer, that's a great question. We're really hoping that the TikTok ban does not happen, but definitely follow us on YouTube and Facebook. We are on Instagram like you were asking. We are also on X/Twitter. We're on Pinterest. Occasionally I stream it on Twitch. But we really would love it if you guys could follow us on YouTube. We're able to put a lot more better format, so YouTube doesn't limit the quality of your video. So for really long form and educational stuff that we'll be putting up, please follow us on YouTube. And it's just Ocoee Riverside Farm. There's already a lot of videos there, and right now we actually are streaming at the same time on YouTube, so you can see this exact same thing. Yes, ma'am, Tabitha, same name, Ocoee Riverside Farm. It should pop right up. Kimmers, I don't know if there's a way for you to share a
One
link.
down. So this guy's gonna go down. The other one we're gonna pick up and give him his bottle.
All right, guys.
All right, come here, buddy boy. So they stay in their little pouches like this, and then you take them out. And they can jump in and out of these pouches on their own. They're not stuck there. You can lengthen and shorten the straps so that they can jump in and out. You just got to keep it high enough they don't bang their head on the floor, because they do go into their pouches head first.
Burton.
You gotta around a little bit to get it centered up in their mouth. And then when they start to suck, you give it a tiny little squeeze. But it takes them a minute to get it centered up. There we go. Oh, no. Quite.
Bob and Jay. I don't know if you ever saw that. Like the Mallrats, Silent Bob and Jay.
No. I don't see much on TV.
Are
busy
kangaroos
kind of
friendly, John?
Only if you bottle feed them. If you don't bottle feed them, the females would always pick flight, and the males would pick flight unless you were messing with their female, in which case they would choose fight. And you don't want to fight with a kangaroo.
Hey Angels, thank you so much. Sometimes I forget where I put all these links because I tend to do so much, but you are correct. If you guys look in our bio, the link to YouTube is right there, and also to all of our other social media and a website link. I try to make it easy as possible. So a lot of the questions, like where are we, can you stay here, what did John have for breakfast, most of those are going to be in our bio.
That one's easy. John doesn't eat breakfast or lunch. John drinks coffee. You'd think that I wouldn't be as fat as I am without eating breakfast and lunch. But, well, it's the way it is.
Hey Havig, yeah, if you want to message us, we can figure out if you know their daughter or not. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Is that the person in Italy?
Correct.
So my son, who's on active duty there, is Chase Winans, and my daughter is Lindsay Winans.
There you go, guys. Chase and Lindsay Winans.
Winans.
Winans. Is their hair soft?
Actually, Lindsay was the original purchaser of our two girls outside that are about to be having babies, and those are Damani and Alora, and that is why they have Italian names. Is she already had orders to Italy at the point that she bought those kangaroos, so they had some good Italian names. We accuse her of being giving us a self-fulfilling prophecy there, because it's my understanding that Alora is like, yeah, right, whatever, I'm with you in the conversation, and that's the way that kangaroo behaves, like, I'm with you. And the other one is Damani, which I guess literally translates tomorrow. Figuratively, it means something like, maybe later, by and by, when I'm good and darn ready. And that's the way that other kangaroo behaves.
They said, do they have a beagle?
No, they have whippets.
They have whippets. Hey Kimmers, thank you so much for pinning that to the top.
Kimmers, our moderator.
Yes, Kimmers has been with us since I used to stand out at the field at 6:30 in the morning and do sunrises. So Kimmers been watching for a while. She's up in New Jersey.
Kimmers, Kevin has this super whammo dyne camera that's going to be doing sunrise, sunsets, but we are having a little bit of hookup issues with it. But that will soon be fixed and we'll be back to sunrises and sunsets on the farm, which since there's hills both directions from us, we really do get some gorgeous sunrises and sunsets out here. Pretty cool.
And someone wanted to know, any other bear update? I think they really enjoyed watching you a couple nights.
We'll be back out tonight to check on the bear. There was not any fresh poop during the day yesterday when we went out, and I was gone to the baby reveal last night, and I came home just whipped. And is this, I didn't know if that was you or Baku trying to wrestle the door.
Can I put her out because I'm not starting?
Yeah, I can hold her.
Hello in Benton, Arkansas. Guys, I'm gonna spin these cameras around, I think, so you
Come here,
can
baby.
see these sulcata tortoises.
Come on, 10 pounds. No, 12 pounds. 218, 216 point something.
Did I hear we're going to the bear?
No, tonight we're gonna go to the bear. Not in the day.
Are you gonna finish up upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
As soon as everybody's done up there, then I'll go do it
Yeah.
cleanup.
Okay.
Did
I still have to feed fish up there. And
Oh,
there
and
were some more.
we have to move the second aquarium, the little one.
Yeah, and we gotta get the hose, cause the 5 tanks in the tunnel are all low. I gotta figure out how he
We
puts water into
transport
that.
5-gallon bucket.
Oh, you carry buckets, okay, I didn't know that.
Also,
So
it
we
says
gotta put water into the tanks, cause they're all low, and feed the fish before somebody checks in upstairs. And I gotta wash these dishes and cook my food for the lizards up there, because they ate every single
Did
smack.
you eat all of it last night that I gave them?
They're just
these
more
are
complete.
kangaroos.
Good.
This is
I
Ocoee
think they like being
Riverside
back in their
Farm.
bigger
We're
area.
located halfway
Say what?
between
did you put hot
Chattanooga
dogs
and
in the fridge to
Knoxville.
defrost?
We are open to the public. You just go to our website
I did spinach and zucchini.
and book what you'd
squash.
like to do there.
Spinach, zucchini, and
We have
scallop.
over 125 animals. We have lodging for up
Last
to
time I
40
did,
people.
I didn't like the, whatever
And
red stuff.
it's
you
just
put.
an awesome place to stay. It is a very busy room this morning
Maybe strawberries
because we
with that.
have the new baby kangaroos that we're bottle feeding.
Feels me.
We had to give baby Zoe a bath. And then we have some sulcata tortoises actually here behind us too. Hey guys, I'm gonna actually step outside and
Sorry, we're all chatty.
no, I'm gonna step outside. I think the kangaroos left you a little present there, John, so I'm gonna get out of your way.
Oh, alright.
And guys, we're gonna check out some more of these animals and see how many tripods I can carry and not land on my head. I haven't broken
Is
a
my phone laying here? Cause I'm expecting to get, oh, I got it.
Hey guys, check this out. All right. Sorry about that. There was a little bit of chaos in there. So this is Ed. Hey Ed. Oh, good morning, buddy. Good morning. Good morning. Guys, this is Ed. He is a massive dromedary camel. So dromedary means that they have one hump. The easiest way to think about that is if you turned a D on its side, it only has one hump, right? So a Bactrian or Bactrian camel, it has the 2 humps. But these are dromedary camels. And Abu is right here. And Abu is the sweetest boy ever. He loves to give kisses. He goes out there and walks with us on the farm. And when we're harvesting emu eggs, he really helps to make sure that the emus don't bother us too much. But he's a sweetheart, aren't you, Abu? Aren't you a sweetheart? Do we have wolves? Nope, we don't have any wolves. All the animals here at the farm are nice and sweet, and people can touch them and pet them. So wolves would not really fit into that category. So that's the reason that we don't have any animals that are a huge danger. We will be doing a sloth encounter at 10:30. So if you wanted to see what it's like to do a sloth encounter, just keep watching. I think we're gonna be able to keep both of these channels going. We are live right now on YouTube and TikTok. They didn't find the bear the other day, and the reason they didn't go out and look for it last night was John went to a gender reveal. That's right, Spring Labs. You don't want to miss the sloth encounter. It's super cool. Flash is going to come down. We're going to feed them. And you're going to learn everything about sloths that you ever wanted to know. Really apologize kind of about the Wi-Fi and some signal. We're trying to get that fixed. And so we have some new phones and some new Wi-Fi coming. What's the story about the bear? There was some bear poop inside of the area with the reyes, and then Vlad actually saw a little cub. Bears in our area, they don't really eat meat, you know. They're just herbivores in our area for the most part. So yes, we do have parrots. Yeah, can you hear them? Do you guys want to see the parrots? Let's see if we can get in there to them, because they are very talkative. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna leave this one right here. Sloth Encounter should be starting at 10:30. So, I'm gonna go look at the camera over there. I'm gonna try to keep this live. Do they talk? Yes. There was another one up at the main house. And they never stop talking. So you walk in and it's like, hello, hello. And we've actually had people try to talk back to it because they think it's just a person who is talking. So this building that we're in here is the main barn. It's the exotic animal barn. So I'm gonna bring this camera back in here. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave this kind of set up, but I'll be back in 1 second when we get the room set up. All right, guys, we're gonna start moving this in here. Do you want a chair for them, or you think?
I think
Oh.
Tatum's about done and we'll go in.
Okay.
Hey, Flash. How you doing, baby?
All right. Good morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, we're going to be doing a sloth encounter at 10:30. We are located in Benton, Tennessee. We're halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We are open to the public. You just need to book your encounter online. And like we were saying, we do have lodging for up to 40 people, including cabins. And we also have wagons. So the wagons are an awesome deal right now. They're $99 for the chuck wagon and the band wagon. I would definitely recommend doing it. Here's the reason why, guys. So you get 20% off of your encounters. I'll go around. I'll tell them because they're knocking on that one.
Oh, okay. Hey, Kevin's.
One thing. What you doing?
Oh, good. You have one for Flash, too.
I did.
Excellent. These dryer sheets didn't quite do the trick. This room's still stinky.
I'm gonna move some of these things around because we're doing some other stuff.
Morning, y'all.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well, doing well.
We're having a bit of a crazy morning. It's Sloth potty morning.
Oh, yeah?
And this one
Okay, dog.
went to the bathroom in her hammock.
Oh, no.
We had to change her hammock out and give her a bath and everything else this morning, which has frightened the other sloth back up the top of his thing. So you guys are gonna get the VIP upgrade today, no charge.
Very nice.
So
Sneak on by, you guys.
And
Your
when
turn to
you-
be fine.
the sloth encounter is a little more about educating. The sloth snuggle is a little bit more of just holding the sloth and letting it snuggle up with you. So we're gonna combine the two and let you do the snuggle, and I'll still give you the education you signed up for on the sloth encounter. So we won't short you of anything. People all the time hear me say on our lives that we interact with the animals in the way that they are comfortable with. And this morning the proof is in the pudding, because when we were using a drill, because that's how we have to change out Zoe's hammock, it's screwed in. The sound of the drill startled Flash, and he went back up to the top of his room. And we're just gonna let him chillax for a while. We're gonna move on and upgrade you guys so you get your full experience and the animals are all still comfortable. So if you guys want to come on in here, we do our Zoe encounters in her room in here. If you two want to grab a seat in those two chairs,
Good.
we'll get going on your encounter here. And there may be some other animals running around your feet, so don't worry.
1 second. Yep. A lot of times you kind of get pinched in here. There you go.
I didn't realize we were going to be on Facebook. Is this normal?
So we live stream pretty much everything. We just ask, are you on witness protection, running from the law here with your
No,
girlfriend
no.
instead of your ex?
No.
Anything like that? Is that all good?
Girlfriend instead of your ex.
I mean girlfriend instead of your wife? Yeah, sorry.
No, she's my wife, yeah.
All right, so we're all good?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But I welcome his girlfriend seeing it though.
My Shawi.
All right, so guys. Oh, you're a hoot. You're a hoot. She thinks I'm putting her back in her bed. We do everything here a certain way.
Is that
So
what is that?
that is a 3-banded armadillo running around the floor over here. And there's also some kangaroos hopping around in here somewhere, and there's 2 tortoises sitting right there.
You want to
So-
tell me? You don't.
All right, so the sloth, she's a little amped up right now, so I'm gonna give her a minute to calm down. You might give me a couple spinach leaves, and she's wanting to climb me.
What are you trying to do to me?
Oh, you wanna go up in your branches for a minute? All right, go ahead. I don't think you actually want to. So the hammock is new, and she's trying to figure out what the new smell in the room is. Do you need to sniff the new hammock, sweetheart?
There's an armadillo sniffing my toes.
Sniff it?
Do armadillos
Bobby.
bite toes?
No.
No, he loves feet.
He always tries to untie my shoelaces when I'm filming, and so I look down and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna fall.
That's how the rock chocolates.
Yeah, it's a good look. All right, so sloths like to be petted about this quick. They do everything fast, including being petted. They don't like to be rubbed, they don't like to be scratched, and they don't like to be touched on the belly side. See, just pet them like this. And if you are, I know you didn't sign up to hold a sloth, are you comfortable holding a sloth?
I'm very excited.
Okay, good. All right, so we transfer her on her Snuggie right here. This is what tells her she's moving to another person. We say night-night. She moves on to the Snuggie.
She's like, I'm going to
No, she thinks I'm putting her back. All right, and she's gonna come and hang right around you like that.
the, okay. Hi.
And while you hold the sloth, I will talk to you about sloths. So, all
Oh,
you
yeah.
want, photos, videos, whatever, and he will post a shorter version of the video online sometime in the next day or two. And do download that in the next 30 days or so, because they do go, yeah, you're doing it just right. A little slower, but yeah, that's good. Yeah. So, and we often find that with most of our encounters,
Oh, you trying to get the phone?
yeah, she likes phones. So with most of our encounters, the animals mirror the people. With the sloth encounters, the people mirror the sloths. So most people find that after they've held a sloth for 5 minutes, their heart rate slows down, their breathing slows down. They just absorb chill from a sloth, basically.
That's awesome.
We've often said we're gonna put a heart rate monitor on somebody one of these days and see how it works. So the sound that you're hearing, their teeth always sharpen. They have no enamel on their teeth. And as they open and close their mouth like this, their teeth rub against each other and their teeth sharpen against one another. Because they're gonna live for 50 years in captivity, 20 in the wild. And they don't have any enamel on their teeth, so their teeth sharpen all the time like rodent teeth do. Of course, rodents, it's the two, like the buck teeth that sharpen all the time. And sloths don't have the same dentition as other animals, but it's what a novice would call their canine teeth. They're not technically canine teeth, but to me, if I look at them, I would say that's the canine teeth. The canine teeth are what sharpen throughout their life, but that little sound you hear is her rubbing her teeth together like this.
She's like, you're doing
Good
like
job.
a girl.
No, she's good.
Are you sure?
Yep, I'm her first. No,
Oh.
she's good.
Oh, my hair. Tara, can you get my hair out? You're really back there out of the way.
You can feed her if you like, just give her one leaf at a time.
Oh,
So,
it's already young. Looks
Looks
like
her some
spinach, yeah.
You
I love
vegan?
spinach too.
She is not vegan. Her normal diet is brown, long grain rice with a little bit of dog food in it for protein and some sweet potato shredded in it for fiber. But now that she has turned a year old, she will start to eat some other foods and broaden her horizons a little bit. As a grown adult, we usually feed them one boiled egg a week for some protein. In the wild, their protein would be the moths that live all in their fur in the wild. As they lick up some of the moths, they would get some protein from that. So, sloth, this is a two-toed sloth. Alive in the world today, there are two-toed sloths and three-toed sloths. Basic differences between them. A three-toed sloth has more vertebrae in their cervical spine from their skull to their shoulders. They would have 9, a two-toed would have 5. So a three-toed sloth will turn its head 270 around like an owl. A three-toed sloth has 3 vertebrae of a tail. A two-toed sloth has no tail. But they have the same number of vertebrae from end to end. So the two-toed sloth will turn its whole body from hips to shoulders, till their hips and shoulders can be 180 out from each other. So a three-toed sloth is similar to an owl. A two-toed sloth is similar to a slinky in the ways that they move. The sloths
she didn't believe me for like 4 years that there were armadillos in Tennessee.
Well, that armadillo is not from Tennessee. That armadillo is from Brazil. It's a Brazilian rainforest animal.
Well, the
But
banded,
yes, there are
seven-banded or
some
whatever.
7, 9-banded armadillos that are starting to range up into Tennessee.
Yeah.
I have just, if you drive 40 west, that's where I have seen some down on the road a
Yeah,
couple
right,
times.
yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen any in our local area, but when I drove 40 west on the way to Oklahoma, I probably saw either 2 or 3 in the state of Tennessee dead on the road.
I've seen some off Blue Springs, which is pretty close to where we're at, you know?
Yeah.
And then, oh, sorry, I was going too fast, huh? And then Lee Highway, I saw one off Lee Highway one time.
I might see more if I ever left the farm,
Yeah.
but I very rarely go anywhere.
I used to do your heating and air here at one
Oh,
point.
really?
Yeah.
Dales?
Yeah, I worked at
Okay.
Dales, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's a funny story. Were you here when they changed everything?
I ran a few service calls out here a few times. It's been,
Okay.
yeah. I think you probably dealt with Andrew a little more.
So,
But we worked for the old owner. I
Tony.
think, and maybe the owner before that possibly too.
no, the owner before that had Hiawassee Heating and Controls.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And,
We did
so
the
the
carrier
first time
infinities though, right?
First time I needed service done, I looked through the service records for the house and it said Hiawassee Heating and Controls, and I called them. I'm like, yeah, I need some service on my units out here, and they're like, those aren't our units. I gave them the address, they're like, those aren't our units. I'm like, but you know, I'm not going to be argumentative. I'm looking at the receipt here where they were installed in this house less than 5 years ago, so there should be a parts warranty, and I'm like, they're not our units.
Huh.
I'm like, well, you know, I've got the receipt, and it says the address, and it says the day it was installed. They're like, go check the serial numbers on the units, and hung up on me. And so I went and checked the serial numbers on the units, and they didn't match. And so then I called Jimmy, who's probably who you dealt with here, was Tony's caretaker, was Jimmy.
It's been a while, yeah.
Tony and Jimmy are like Mater and McQueen, with Tony being the McQueen and Mater being and Jimmy being the Mater.
Yeah. They had all like the rustic pump out there and all that before. Was that still
It's
there?
still there, yeah. That is the pump where the original owner, Brad Peterson, was sitting when he bought the winning lottery ticket. That's the pump that he was sitting at when he bought it, and the price on the pump is what he won, which was, I think it was 34.9 million. And that's who built the house, but Tony was after Jimmy. And those two fellows were both very rich. I'm not, I'm just making a living. And, but anyway,
So
so,
to get over here and check it out for a while. We've been looking at the some of the
This
Airbnbs
was
as
the
well.
best Christmas present ever.
so the story that Jimmy tells is that Tony, who didn't live here all the time, came into town and the house was too hot, and he called Hiawassee, and they said they couldn't get there till Tuesday. Well, he had company coming on Monday, and he said it won't gonna be hot in his house on Tuesday when they
Right.
come, so. Well, me and him just both took out the yellow pages, we just went through until we found somebody to come out, rip the entire, all 4 systems out that day, put them all in Dale. And that was Dale's.
Yeah.
So I called Dale's.
Oh, good.
And so that was how I knew the Dales was who put all the heat in there in.
Yeah, we were one of the few companies that didn't mind tackling the communicating systems, you know, so those are a little more complex sometimes.
Straight up pain in the butt is what they are.
They can be, yeah.
Yeah, and all those
Proprietary
dampers.
parts and having, I mean, you can't ever fix them with a truck stock part. You always have to order a part and wait on it, you know?
And I hate those slave systems that are in 2 rooms upstairs, that the masters are all downstairs and the slaves are upstairs.
Zone systems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the slaves won't ever call past the master, basically. And then you'll get somebody out that doesn't know what they're doing, because at one point, I don't remember why, I had somebody here besides Dale's, and they were ready to just rip everything out and replace all the boards. And it turned out it was just a voltage issue.
Yeah, oh, yeah. That's
The
a,
voltage
that's
is
a
high.
problem with communicating systems out in this area, because you have all those spikes.
Same reason I can't have direct dish or direct TV in my house. It's got 3 200 volt or 200 amp panels, and after about umpteen visits out here from Dish TV, because my system would just go, and make a line through it. I don't ever watch anything live, so it was on DVR, where it went, that recording would end. So you might be an hour and 20 minutes into a movie and you never see the end of it because it glitched and then it wouldn't go back to it. And after they had I don't know if it goes district then regional or whatever, after they had the district manager and the regional manager and then the national director of technical issues for Dish out here, they said that the problem was that
That was a sudden movement, wasn't it?
the newer Hopper 3 units only work on a voltage range from like 119.5 to 121.5.
Oh, yeah.
And if it gets outside of that range, it glitches the system. And they said that my voltage in my house can spike to 122.2. And so
This thing's,
so they said that as far as they know, they all three said this is the only address we have ever seen anywhere in the country that we're gonna list as unserviceable.
Oh, yeah.
And Kenny took all the equipment out.
We have a customer that's having some voltage issues, or big story, long story, but if it's live, not a good story to tell. But no, we have a customer that has the voltage spikes and keeps having issues with the unit locking out because of that. And we're putting a voltage monitor system on as the disconnect. It's got built-in surge protection, and you can set the high and low points of it. So whenever the voltage spikes, it trips before the unit actually locks out. I think it's just not that good.
The problem I had with that is I put voltage conditioners in, and but because it's 3 separate 200 amp panels, and the Hopper and the Joey would be on 2 different things. One could spike and the other one not, and it was, I don't know, it was an electrical engineering degree kind of mess.
Oh, yeah.
But we're here to talk about sloths. I'm sure your wife doesn't want to hear us
You're good,
on
you're good.
electricity, right?
You're good.
She probably hears enough of it, but she could eat more of these actually.
Alright.
She went to the bathroom last night, which usually makes her very hungry. So, that's a thing of sloths, is 3 or 4 times a month, that's it. So, and when they go to the bathroom, they can lose 1/3 of their body weight when they eliminate. The next morning, they're ravenous, but, so yeah, she is extra hungry today. She's already had breakfast, now she's on to snacks. But, so sloths are slow. Sloths are famously slow, but they're slow in ways you don't think about them being slow. So, and you see she's smelling that, not seeing it. So, their sense of smell is so strong that you hold that leaf over there in here and she smells the leaf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, doesn't see it. She sees motion, but she doesn't really see things so much. If you look at her eyes, where her pupils are, they're just like pinpricks right now. So if you put your hands like this and look around like that, that's how a sloth is seen in the daylight. At night, their vision is also horrible, but it's extra horrible in the day. So their sense of smell and their sense of hearing are wonderful. Their sense of sight is terrible. So the sloths are slow not only in their movement, they're slow in their digestion, their metabolism, their metabolic processes. What's that?
It's the natural Ozempic, right?
Yeah. They're slow in every single way. So slow in their digestion, they eat 10% of their body weight every single day, and yet they go to the bathroom only 3 or 4 times a month, so 7 to 10 days between cycles of the bathroom.
Do they get sulfur burps like humans do when
They
they're
don't
not
burp at all.
digesting? They don't? No, I mean, you would think that if
Oh,
there's a
no,
lot of
reasonable
food
question.
sitting there
They don't
rotting.
burp and they don't fart.
Interesting.
And
You don't fart, you
no,
burp it.
their esophagus actually comes from their mouth. It goes down all the way around their stomach and then in, because they're upside down, inside out, backwards, and whichever way, whatever time. So the food takes a circuitous route all the way through them. Their stomach is multi-chambered. It moves from chamber to chamber through their stomach, and then by the time it gets to their intestines, there's nothing left there. But so the sloth only goes to the bathroom once in a week to 10 days, and when they do, it's epic. So when they go to the bathroom, they're going to lose 1/3 of their body weight. that's sort of a ho-hum number until you consider it in human perspectives. So if they're eating 10% of their body weight, I weigh 180, so that's me eating 18 16-ounce porterhouse steaks every single day. Obviously, I couldn't do that. And then when they go to the bathroom, they are going to lose 1/3 of their weight. So again, if that was me, I weigh about 180, so 180 by 3, that's a 60-pound pile.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
yeah, epic.
I bet food
So-
stuff feels so good.
They poop pretty quick because when they come down the tree, that's when they're exposed to predators. And yet they come down the same tree, same side of the tree every single time you go to the bathroom on the same pile they always go to. Except today, she went in her hammock. But,
Well, it's a new
There,
thing, right?
yeah, well, she's just transferring down to this room, so she just turned a year old on December 16th. And, so she has been living in the house for the last almost a year. And she's just moving down here and hasn't got all of her routines.
It does smell like
Spinach, huh?
right? Yeah.
Hasn't got all the routines exactly down yet. But, yeah, so the reason they come down the tree to go to the bathroom, even though that exposes them to predators, is checking out your glasses. No glasses, baby. So when they come down the tree, the reason they do that is the sloth moth symbiotic relationship. So sloths need moths and moths need sloths. So when they come down the tree and go to the bathroom on the same pile they always go on, the moths, which there could be about 125 moths living in their fur all the time in the wild, when they go to the bathroom, the moths fly down and lay their eggs in the waste pile. And so this week's eggs are next week's larvae, and 2 weeks from now it's moths. So when they come down the tree, the oldest moths jump down and lay their eggs in the pile, and the new moths fly up onto the sloth. And the moths will live their entire life in the fur or the waste pile of the sloth, sorry.
And they just eat what they want of them, huh?
The sloths, it's a symbiotic relationship. The benefit to the sloths is that they digest their food by a bacterial process. So when the sloth eats its food, it digests by bacterial, not so much by enzymes. Now she's just listening to the voices.
Let me get you some more sponge.
Oh, she's probably good on spinach
Okay.
right now. So they eat when they groom themselves, they look up a certain amount of the waste of the moths and a certain amount of the moths themselves. So that means that they,
Oh, don't scratch, guy. Sorry about that, sweetie, I almost did it. Where you going?
so when they groom themselves, that's when they get the new sloths on them. I mean, that's when they get the bacteria from the waste of the moths. Eventually, I'm like, you wanna go to the man? Go see the man for a while. Not mine. Let her turn.
Oh, I won't. Sorry.
I got her. Not mine, baby. There you go. Here we are. There you go, sweetheart.
How's he? No?
She might play with your beard a little bit because when mine grows out, it looks just like that, and she tries to play with it.
She's like, this wasn't where I was going. I ate. I was ready to take a nap. Oh, do you need? Uh-oh. Phone's in my, ha-ha.
She's all kind of curious.
This is definitely more for you than me, so if you wanna claim some more this time, you can do it.
She also got a new roommate last night, so the octagon, the armadillo is just changing room, so be her roommate instead of Flash's.
What, am I taking pictures of you? You wanna see the phone?
She'll knock it out of your hand.
It's okay, it's his.
My phone's getting slop licks.
There we go.
Put it on the camera, huh?
You're beautiful, it's sweet and fun.
Before I had this one, I wasn't aware that a sloth could be playful.
So
Flash is not playful. He's getting there, starting to. Flash likes to run his hands in my hair like this. So that was one of the first videos we had that did a lot of views was Noah, the singing barber, came out and gave me a haircut sitting in this room.
Oh, cool.
And the sloth was like being his assistant, so he's like doing the haircut, and the sloth is like taking his hands on my
That's
hair. and
great.
everything. But this one is the first one we had that genuinely was playful, that she'll like swat at things in her hand and try to take things. And if she's sitting in our lap while we're playing a game on the table, she'll like be leaned all backwards and be trying to grab the stuff off of the table. And
Just like she's trying to sleep with you. Are you snuggled? Is he snuggled?
What kind of license do you have to own a sloth in this area?
Technically, if you have one sloth for yourself, you don't need a license. But I do not encourage people to get a sloth for a pet, because there is a lot that goes into keeping a sloth alive, healthy, and happy.
Our son is obsessed with monkeys. We told him he couldn't have a monkey because it was illegal, so he was 8, he looked it up.
And then we were camping in Cherokee.
He's like, it is legal. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah, I was in Cherokee and there was a lady with a monkey at the campground and he was just,
Oh, he was like, see.
you can have monkeys.
Oh, he was obsessed with it.
You can have up to 4.
Like,
But
you can't. Like, we.
of just about any exotic animal, and this is specific to the state of Tennessee. So if anybody is watching, please don't think that I'm interpreting the laws of different states for anyone else. But and there is a lot to monkeys that otherwise I don't have monkeys. But sloths, there is a lot of knowledge that goes into it, and there's a lot of construction that goes into it. So if you are an HVAC guy, so you know what it means to be trying to keep a place that's 80 degrees and 50% relative humidity all of the time. From an HVAC perspective, without having mold and mildew issues, it's kind of a nightmare. Which is, that's why we have this kind of walls, and that's why
Makes
we,
sense.
Because to keep it 50% relative humidity all of the time and 80 degrees, you're just asking for there to be mold and mildew. And so,
like a dehumidifier and a humidifier.
no, you can't dehumidify it. You have to humidify it, but you have to just clean it very, very, very thoroughly, pretty much every week.
Oh, yeah.
And because you let one spot of mold start to grow, it's gonna go nuts.
Oh,
And we used to run it through our duct system. We had a humidifier in the HVAC system,
yeah.
but I'm like, I can't do duct cleanings that often. It can't be done.
Yeah, they're expensive.
So, yeah. Now it's just that there's a vent that is in between the 2 rooms, but it's not
Transfer
behind
grill?
it. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And there's a vent right there that's just between this room and the outside right there, but it's not
How
ducted.
many weeks grace?
She actually knows her name.
You know your name?
She does, yeah. If we're in the room just talking, she doesn't pay any attention, but if we say her name, she looks right at us.
So smart. You are so smart. Is he doing something wrong?
No, she's great. She likes to check out textures. We had first person I'd seen in a puffy coat.
You trying to buy me?
No, she's just checking out.
Okay.
I'd like to be touched on. Don't put your hand in her mouth though.
Okay.
If a sloth did break your skin, you're absolutely gonna need antibiotics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't put your hand in her
Okay,
mouth.
you trying to buy me?
She just
You're okay.
doesn't want you to touch her anywhere near the belly side.
That makes sense.
She's just telling you no.
She just saying that's nothing we can do. That's all.
Keep him on his toes.
There actually are places that have sloth encounters that they pull their sloth's teeth. I think that's horrible. We don't do that.
That's true.
But the sloths that people worry about biting are the sloths that, in my personal opinion, this is personal opinion. In my personal opinion, places that book their sloths every 15 minutes for 10 hours a day are just doing it wrong. If you go on my website, I'm sure that you saw that there are only 2 encounters a day.
Yeah.
And so these are not little workhorses, these are little ambassador animals.
Can't believe you got upgraded ecology. It's wonderful.
Appreciate that.
Well, the other guy doesn't like loud sounds, and this hammock is held in with screws there and there and there and there. We use a DeWalt impact drill, which is not the quietest choice of drills, and it startled him threw him off his roof. And we only interact with them when they want to, so he went back up the tree. So
Why are they in separate rooms? Do they not go
Move
on?
pretty quick.
sloths are solitary all the time. Yeah. Now she's just checking on your zipper.
Maybe the zipper's touching something. She's like,
No,
I
she's
like
good.
this.
She's just a curious, playful little thing.
Keep him on his toes, sister. That's how we roll.
Yeah.
Kids to stay here, so.
To stay here?
But yeah, we're primarily a lodging place. So depending on how many people you're traveling with, the wagons that are down by the water, those all are fully heated and cooled 2 tons in each one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, mini splits. But they're fully heated and cooled. They're heat from 5 to cool from 105. There is a winter special going right now for $99 a night on wagons. And those sleep 4, they have a king size bed and a set of bunks in each one. They'll have their own picnic area, fire pit, charcoal grill. There's gas grill over at the bathhouse. Then if you have more than 4, the cabin sleeps 6, and that is again waterfront on the Ocoee River. And that is the kind that has the big, huge floor to ceiling stone fireplace and vaulted ceiling and all that kind of stuff. And then if you're more than 6, or you just want the top thing, the upstairs of this is the camel condo. You can see videos of that online. The sloth in the next room, his room is 2 stories tall. His room comes up inside of the camel condo. So you have a sloth for a roommate. And bunk rooms have secret hidden entrances. The kids have to find them to get in them. And once they get into the bunk rooms, there's glass windows on the floors that look down into the camel stalls and kangaroo stalls underneath of them. And,
Oh, that's so cool.
the chef's kitchen is outfitted to feed an army and cook Thanksgiving dinner if you want to with,
I like this game.
with all of the crock pots and roasters and obviously full kitchen, burners, food processors, all of that kind of stuff. And then there's a 2-person jet that looks out across the Swanakee Pond. It's a cool place. You can see videos of it online, everything you book online.
I'll have to check it out.
Same as this.
Kids will love this for sure.
Our kids are not calling it.
No, they're not. They're not at all.
We wouldn't subject you to that.
Be a little more kangaroo speed then. Or farm tours. When you do a farm tour here, you get up close and personal with everything except the kangaroos and the sloth.
My little red-headed daughter would be the one to try to ride that kangaroo. She would.
And that's a choice you would regret.
She would try it.
She's wild and proud of it. When she was 2, she used to be like, I'm a spicy jalapeno.
Favorite song was that Wild One by Faith Hill.
She's a mom. We would definitely think your animals are better behaved than our animals.
They're pretty exotic.
We pick all of our animals, not just on breed, but on the.
Oh, calm down. You got scared.
Didn't want to get bit. That was like a quick.
Quick. She didn't do anything quick.
Oh, she does. She does.
Yeah, that was a quick draw movement. That was.
Chicken.
And that's just all about slow and steady wins the race. But
What are you doing? I'm just gonna
all right, well, guys, I'm gonna let her check out her new hammock. You guys,
Oh,
night, baby. Night. You can see the way she goes into her hammock.